Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Blue Ridge Silver Roosevelt Dime Hound. And today, we're going to be going through a roll of silver dimes. As a matter of fact, we won double deuce on this one. 2 rolls. And why are we going through these? Well, it's real simple. If you think your dimes are only worth $1.09, which, by the way, coinflation, there you go, $15.06 spot silver price as of right this moment, or actually 4:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, all right, so it's about 1 o'clock here, my time. Anyways, Roosevelt dime, $1.09. All right, I have 100 here. And my buy rate on this group was $1.12 a piece. So you always pay a little bit more above and beyond what the actual silver rate is. Just as a rule of thumb at most local coin shops. But here's the reason why we're going through these. Just like anything else I comb through, we're looking for the extraordinary. We're looking for double dies, repunchment marks, something absolutely phenomenal that's going to make more money above and beyond the $1.12 I paid for a piece. And hopefully the roll. As you guys know, the last time I did one of these, we discovered a 1964 D double die reverse. It's a cherry picker's guide variety. And that's why I have this absolutely beautiful copy of the cherry picker's guide with dimes in there. Turns out I flipped that coin for $85 raw. It's actually a tougher double die reverse. I believe, let me see. We'll take a look in here. Okay, I'm excited. Something a little bit different than the normal, usual Lincoln cents. So I'm here to tell you that there is a lot to find in Roosevelt dimes. You just have to believe, my brothers and sisters. That's the one I found right there. URS 5. That's pretty rare. There's actually a little diagram at the front of the book that tells you what URS 5 is. It's less common than URS 6. URS 3, that's a tough one. That's a 67. I've tried looking for that quite a few times with no success. But if you guys own the Cherry Picker's Guide that covers dimes to gold, yeah, you're really selling yourself short if you're not doing the extra research and looking through these. So, let's see. My LCS was oh so generous enough to let me have the plastic tubes, but there you go. There are a lot of circulated. There's a few BUs in there. This will be the first time that you and I will be going through it together. Okay, this is the first time I've actually had it in my hand. So let's go ahead and get started. Wish me luck. Let's get started, shall we? And the first date, as you can see here, is the 1964. There are actually a number of double dies for this particular date in both the Philadelphia and Denver minted variants. Let's see, there are 2 known Cherry Picker's Guide varieties for a double die reverse for 64p. Okay, and then there's also a few of them for the Denver. So this one is the Denver. And as we could see, looks like we don't have anything worthwhile here. And the mint mark. Let's turn the light here a little bit. Ah, it's a little bit better. That's much better. Okay. Now we're cooking with a grease fire. So this one right here, there's not really anything worthwhile talking about. There are a few repunchment marks as well. Actually, some pretty interesting ones here. But this is the first one, and that one is nothing. Okay. 52. What do we have here? Well, it's certainly gunky. If I were to remove this stuff, I would just simply do an acetone rinse. But that's not why we're here. So I'm flipping through pages right now. So if this is an S, there is a repunched mint mark for this particular date. And, well, what do you know? It is indeed a San Francisco mint. And it looks like there's a little bit of lamination on there. Pretty cool, but not exactly the wind that's blowing up the skirt, am I right? Yeah, so this one we will go ahead and bypass and move on to the next coin. Hoping you guys are going to stick around for all 50 coins on this one. We're going to split it up in 2 videos. Here's a 62. Doesn't look like anything worth mentioning on the obverse. I'll be flipping back and forth here. If it's a D-minted coin, there is a notable repunch mint mark. There are no double dies for 62. All right, so let's see. Okay, so we're in luck. We actually have a Denver minted coin here. There you go. And this is not the RPM. This one has a D that was punched into the die horizontally first, then corrected. Okay, so you're going to have like these little ears sticking up on the top left and top right of the primary Denver minted mint mark. 61. All right, nothing spectacular here on the obverse. And the Denver minted coin, there is a double die reverse. A notable one. No RPMs that I can see. All right, so this one, yeah, nothing here. That one's a easy pass. 59. Nice and cruddy there. So there is a few repunchment marks. Actually, there's quite a few. There's four of them. So let's see if there's a D, and there is. Let's see if we get lucky. Oh, that does look interesting. However, I think it's a machine double McDoublerson. Yeah. Let's see if we twist it around there. Yeah, this one is indeed a, I believe it's a machine doubled, although it might be an RPM. With a machine double coin, typically you'll have machine doubling on all of the devices surrounding it. So in E Pluribus Unum, the bottom of the torch, and I don't see any. I think this is an RPM. So we got our first nice little mini find. This one is not Cherry Picker Sky variety, but I would venture to guess that it is a Variety Vista type. So yes, this will be a rather long video. So make sure you have a little time to spare when you're watching this one, because I take my time on these. But at the very least, it's a good learning lesson. You can see exactly what I look for. So this is a 57D with a scratch. That looks like a scratch right there. Yeah, it is. And then it goes into the olive branch. Or is that the olive branch? I don't know. Ooh, man, that's nasty. Okay. Here's another 62. Like before, there is a repunched mint mark if this is a Denver, and it is. So let's see. Nope, nothing to talk about on this one. So, all right. And let's see, up next we have a 51. Let's see what we have here. 51D. There is a repunch mint mark, and it's not that pretty. Although it does say it's a new listing. Underlying D appears north of the mint mark, so this one looks like it's an S. So this one is not going to have anything. It's not going to have anything that I want to look for, but let's see what we have here. Ooh, this is a nice early one. 47. Does that seem too overexposed for you guys? Let's see, we darken it up just a shade here. Or that might be too dark. Too much probably. It might just be this coin too, because this one's really worn. 47D. You know what? In a different video, I'm going to show you guys how to get rid of that gunk on there safely. And I'm actually show you guys an old school method of cleaning some residual gunk like around the rim and within the devices. One that has been used by coin dealers and collectors for decades. You'll want to stay tuned for that. Maybe I'll do one here in the next couple days. So there's a 47. Nothing of note there. No doubling. Just lots of wear. I actually might be a little bit too close here. Let's come out just a little bit there. Yeah, no doubling. This one is a Denver. There you go. Yeah. Doesn't look like anything, does it? All right. So, when they're really worn like this, sometimes it's really hard to tell if there's any doubling. I don't see any split serifs or anything like that in the letters. So, here's a 62. This one's a little bit cleaner looking. So if this is a Denver, there's a possibility of a RPM and, there you go. I think we found another one here. So let's see. It's possible. It looks smushed. No, I don't think I found one here. I think it's just a damaged mint mark, maybe. Although, do you see that? Do you see that inner curl inside of the D? Let's see if we can turn this thing around. Maybe if we get a better vantage point. I'm actually gonna put this one aside. This one is like close to being convincing of being actually something. Although, do you see that little lamination peel at the bottom of the torch? That might actually go into the mint mark. So that might be what I'm seeing here. I'll put that one aside. I'll check a further clarification on that one. So we have a 56 with some stuff. Again, a little acetone. We'll get rid of that. No doubling to speak of on the obverse. And this one's a Denver. Okay. Nothing there. Now, if you guys are working with a just a little handheld kind of magnifier, this will go a little bit quicker. But since we're actually under this magnifier on the video, this will give you guys a general idea of what to look for. So for this 47S, it's a tougher date for sure, but in this condition, it's worth exactly the silver value on there, and I don't see any doubling. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on to the next one. Ooh, here's a nice one. 64. It looks BU, just about. I don't see anything notable here. Of course, a lot of the action is on the reverse of the coin. There's a lot of doubling on the reverse for both the Philly and Denver minted coin. And this one is a Philly. So it's a nice coin, nonetheless. I do see a little bit of split serifs. I think it's nothing tremendous that we have to concern ourselves with. There are minor double dies. Tiny little die crack right there. That's interesting. There are minor double dies that aren't included in the Cherry Picker's Guide. But anyways, not a bad looking coin right there. I'm going to actually put that one aside. Might be an upgrade. Another 54. Nothing up front. Party in the front, business in the back. Or business up front, party in the back. What did I just describe? If you said mullet, then you are wrong. I'm actually talking about the underground casino. Just kidding. I'm all business. All business. 24/7. 1961. Let's see. Nothing there. Just some... Okay, this one's got some crap on the back. Jeez. These people when they're industrial lubricants. D. 61D. Doesn't look like anything. All right. Thanks for playing. Okay. Up next, we have another nice 64. There you go. I like it when they're nice. Now that's cool. Look at that. That die break that goes through the B and into the nose. Like, I'm going to get you. You know, it's like a lightning strike. Just because of that reason, I'm going to keep this coin. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's neat. Denver. Woo. Die crack city, man. I love it. Look at all those die polish marks, too. This die was a turd. Look at that die crack that goes through the E. This thing is terminal. Terminal die right here. It was on its last legs. Jeez. I'm going to get you, letter D. It went through the D and went into that, jeez. See that die break right on that branch right there? That's crazy. What a crazy looking coin, if anything else. That's a keeper. You know, who says you have to look just for double dies and repunch mint marks? You can even look for nice errors of that type. So here's a cleaner 64. Yeah, it's nice to finally find one of these without all the die polish marks and cracks and whatnot. Oh, yeah, I don't see anything here. Decent looking coin. This is what an AU condition coin looks like, by the way, under high magnification. So let's go back to a few of these older ones here. Well, here's a 60. Here's another 64. Nothing there. Just really smushy looking devices. This one's a D. I don't see anything repunch mint mark wise. And on this one. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself on this one. You get to see what it's like to kind of look around in 46, first year of the Roosevelt dime. Looking at the bigger picture when it comes to these coins. Again, a lot of these can be kind of shoveled under the rug, swept under the rug. Nobody would know that there's anything worthwhile to talk about on any of these. And surprisingly, double dies and RPMs in these older silver Roosevelt dimes are just the redheaded stepdaughter in the room. You know, the 1,200-pound pink elephant in the room that everybody tries to avoid. Here's another 46. But I'm telling you, above all else, I've made more money flipping just varieties from the Roosevelt Dime series and have done really well, as indicated from that. That's pretty cool, but it looks like, I don't know if it's, yeah, it's damage. I'm not going to justify anything for that. But as you can see, I sold that 64D double die reverse for $85. That was a good sale. I was more than surprised that that someone bought that for that amount of money. I know in higher grades they go up into $200, $300, $400 range. So for it to sell for that kind of money was a pleasant surprise all around. So 63D looks like there is nothing notable on here. And the trick is, you know what, I could possibly overlook something, and lighting has everything to do with it. When the lighting is too direct on a coin while you're kind of checking it over, the doubling would be hard to find. So there's a 53. All right. Nothing there. Oh, we got an S. We got an S mint mark, Sarge. That thing's bulbous. Look how chunky that S is. It's almost as big as that B that's sitting right above it in pluribus. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Wow, you can see all the flow lines. Flow lines is when they're struck and then all the metal is pushed to the edge of the rim. Here's another 64. Again, nothing of note on the obverse of these coins. All the action is on the back for both mint marks. Oh, nothing here. Nothing of note. So at the very least, you know, I'm kind of going through the coins at a good clip. I'm not spending too much time on them, you know. Whoops. So that's a 59. I forgot there was anything in this. I think there was an RPM. Yeah, there's a few of them. There's like 4 or 5. So, yep, Denver. And yeah, it doesn't look like anything that I recognize. Yep. Yeah, nothing there. Okay, moving on. You know, at the end of the day, if I don't find anything, it's okay. Because at worst, you have the silver value that you paid for these things. Thread. And typically, for every 100 coins that I go through, I will find one good variety. So, let's see. I don't see anything on this one. Yeah, nothing on this one. That's a clear D, though. It's funny that everything else has gunk on it, or everything else is clean with exception of the mint mark that has the grease and grime on there. So here's a 51. And the mint mark is an S on this one. Generally, when the coin is this worn, I mean, this thing's probably VG. There is no extra residual value when it comes to the variety. So 58. And let's see, is there anything? I think this is the first 58 I found. Yeah, there's nothing in 58. But it's worth just a quick glance. This one's a Denver. And it doesn't look like there's anything on this one. All right, moving on. So this one's pretty worn. It's a 49. Yeah, 49. So a little lamination. Nothing too far out there. And this is a Philly. So we will definitely skip over that one. Nothing there. Here's a much cleaner 47. And then it is an S. 47S. Oops. I don't think there was anything here, but let's check her out, shall we? Yeah, so there's a double die. Believe it or not, which this one does not have. A 1, 2. There's actually an S over D over mint mark for this particular date. Now that's cool. 2 S over Ds. Wow, 1947. That's an interesting year. Was not expecting that. Here's a 56. It's not bad. That one's pretty clean. D with nothing else. No double dies. No, nothing. Here's another 56. Just a beat up Denver mint mark. This coin is kind of a beater. It's got stuff all over it. And yeah, look at that. It's just an overall disgusting coin. Better believe I washed my hands a million times after handling this stuff. 63. Took one to the chin there, boss. Ooh. And there you go. A really round, bubbly mint mark. Looks like Pac-Man. Yeah, nothing else there. All right, moving on. So here's a coin that was just sitting next to my lamp. It's 6090. There you go. There is an RPM, one of which I probably have like a dozen of them. Here's a really nice one. This one is actually a toned 64. Spotty toned, but not too bad. This one's a Philly. Do you guys see anything on this one? I was hoping this one would have some sort of neat doubling. But as you can see, this one is just okay. I'm going to put it aside, though. It could be an upgrade to one of my other albums. 64. Okay. Again, all the action is on the reverse. Oh, Philadelphia, nothing back there. It's got a lamination peel. Look at that, right above the T. I'm on the back and raise that. Here, give me a second. Let's see. Let's see if we can make some fireworks happen. You're probably asking yourself, why would you do that? Well, it's only worth silver, so hello. There you go. Yeah, because, regardless if I do it or not, it's going to go right back into the... there, I lifted it up. It's actually sitting up. You guys see the shadow? There you go. Little flapper. Pretty neat trick. So that's going back into the smelting pile. 47. Please let it be an S, because there is a lot of things going on with the San Francisco Mint. And yes! Please, oh please, can't tell if I have anything. It doesn't look like it. Drats! I was hoping. Oh my gosh, what a lot of fun. A lot of fun this stuff is. I was like, man, can I get an S over D one day? 63. Flip it over. Nope. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy there. All right, so we got a few more coins to go. Probably 5 minutes left on this extra long video. But again, it gives you guys an idea of the type of coins that you would be searching for. You know, why just buy the silver for its content? Why don't you try and hit a home run? Because that would be awesome. Something a little extra. It's fun. It's a great collecting type of direction that you could do for relatively a little bit of money. And I got 2 rolls of it. I'll probably do the other roll tomorrow. Kind of split it up because these are going to be long videos. So 59. This one's a Philly, so there is nothing in a 59p. No double dies or anything of note. So we're getting down to the nits grits here. 49. Do we have an S? Do we have an S? Do we have an S? Yes, we do. Repunch mid mark. Oh, jeez. This thing is so smushed up. I mean, if there's any, I mean, it has a pretty good shot at being the S over D over mint mark number 2, but you know, it gets to a point where if it's too circulated, it's hard to pick out the diagnostics. I mean, I could see the top loop of the D right underneath the top serif of the S, but you can't really know for sure because this thing is so worn, so beat up. So you have no choice. Yeah, it's kind of hard. You know, it's like, do you keep it or what have you? And you know what? I just put it back in the smelting pile because I don't want it to become a headache. And you know, the last thing I need to do is kind of gum up the it's another nice 64, gum up the you know, chat pages and stuff with something that someone is gonna have to really squint really good to see if there's anything worth mentioning, because even if it is the S over D, in AU50 it's $40, but who, you know, you gotta find someone that's gonna pay $40 for that grade. I guarantee you the grade I have here is probably at best fine. I'll be lucky if it's fine. So where does that drop the value down? Well, probably $5, you know, if you're lucky. 62D. Doesn't look like anything that I recognize. Yeah, this one is not an RPM. The D over horizontal D. It is not. It is not. Okay, so there's a couple nicer coins that I'm going to save for the end. Here's the 53. And then I will do the second roll tomorrow, right around this time. So it'd be an afternoon roll search. That's nothing with that 53D. Here's a 57. This one has a lot of love. I've said it once, I've said it again. People spent these coins on a regular basis. Nobody had PayPal back then. It's like, oh yeah, well, I'll just give you money for it. Yeah, 57. You know what's fun, and I haven't done in a while, is actually searching through BU rolls of mixed dates. 57D, nothing there. Just a chunky worn mint mark. Yeah. I was hoping I'd have another 49S. It's actually kind of exciting. I bought this at the same LCS that I found the 64D double die reverse. So if your inclination is, oh yeah, this stuff has been searched, could possibly could have been. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Again, you have the silver value, in which you probably break even most of the time. You know, unless you really need the money, then you'll sell it for, you know, peanuts. But this is like an extra added bonus, guys, to get your silver. So, you know, you buy silver, and it's like, man, I'm going to stack $20 face in assorted silver. You might as well go through them. You know, good rule of thumb, go through them, see if you have anything. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So we didn't gain a whole lot. I mean, I'll recap a few of the coins that I thought were interesting, and that if you guys saw it, you guys would probably pull it out and save it yourself. So if this is a D mint mark 61, then there is a possibility of a double die reverse, and it is. It doesn't look like a double die. Like when I'm looking at coins up close like this, I feel like I have double vision sometimes. You know, you gotta remember, kid, give your eyes a break. Because I like to search well into the night, and sometimes I see stuff that I think is there, but really does not exist. So, well, this is the last coin in the group, and we're gonna end it on this one. But hey, how about we recap a couple of the finds that we did see here, and well, this is a 59D that I put aside. I don't know. Yeah, this one I thought had the D over D south, which it does. It's not machine doubled, because there's no machine doubling on any of the other devices that I could tell. So I'll double check that one. It's actually in decent shape, probably XF. See, I put this one aside, the 62. I'm trying to figure out why I put aside these coins. Sometimes I just don't. Oh yeah, this one right here. I got research because it clearly has an extra loop inside the top loop of the D, but it's not listed in the cherry picker's guide as a variety. But this was also the coin that had that lamination peel that went through the bottom of the torch and into the D. So I will double check that one. Here's that 54 that I put aside. I have a feeling that this one either had a die crack or something pretty insane. Hair. I did not put it aside because of hair. Let's just make that clear. I don't see it now. Then if that's the case, I don't know why I put this one aside then. Yeah, this one didn't have that die crack going through the B, so I'm going to take a second look at that one. This one right here, I believe, had all those cracks. Maybe. It's got a lot of die polish lines. This one, I believe, is on the reverse. Oh, you know what? I put this one aside to see if it was an upgrade. Yeah, upgrade into my album. Here's another 64 I put aside. This one had that die crack. There's a little die chip right on Roosevelt's nose, but it went right through the B and into the nose. This is a coin I sell for probably about 10, 15 bucks all the time. All the time. This thing is dripping with all sorts of like die polish lines, and there is a crack there going through the E. And this bad boy went through the M from the rim into the bottom of the torch, into the D, and then kind of got lost into one of these die polish lines. That's insane. What an insane coin. I like that one. And then, of course, here's this one here, this toned 64 Beautiful coin. If it wasn't so, it's got die polish lines all the way around. If it wasn't for the fact that it was so toned and this camera wasn't so close, so you guys can see better details of the devices. So, anyways, let's go ahead and end it there at that note. So that's part one of part two of two parts, I guess, of going through silver dimes. We went through one roll. We found one with some die cracks and chips, and another one confirmed repunched mint mark, and another one that I have to double check on. So there you go. Out of 50 coins, we found a few items there. One in which I know I could sell and flip for $10, $15 with all the die cracks and chips. If it's not on Cuds on Coins, I think I'm going to image it and send it over as a new discovery. That would be awesome. I've had a couple of those. But anyways, I appreciate your guys' time. As always, go ahead and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And please hit the like button on this one. And, don't forget to share and subscribe if you so please. So thank you for joining in, discovering together as always, and I'll see you on the next video. You guys take care.